And you're on.
Happy Tuesday!
Is it bad TV etiquette to be on your phone when you're?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what you're doing right now. Or like at the dinner
Share.
table. And you're on your phone.
Sharing's caring.
Yeah. Guess what, guys? I'm back.
Hee-hee.
Yes. Thank you, Melody, for chipping in for me when I was on vacation. Sorry, but I had to go on vacation. I know you missed me.
I did. It's really I can talk, but nobody wants to listen to me, so it's good when you're here. Cause
I was glad that we didn't have to have you talking to yourself.
I know. I totally would have done it. What is that, monologuing? I just sat up here and just ranted for hours.
Talk about yourself.
One of my favorite people to listen to is Bill Burr. You know who Bill Burr is? Hilarious comedian. And he does this podcast where he just talks to himself for like an hour.
Listen,
it's the funniest thing ever.
I suppose he gets the answers he wants.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
we had Eric step in. So I was on vacation the first week, and then my dad was in the hospital the second week. All good. He's home, safe and sound. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was nice to talk to Eric. And, those guys had you talk about all the stuff going on in the car business, and then you got hit with monsoons for like a week straight. So.
But I heard rain is good. Like, I've learned that rain is good for the car business.
Rain is good in the car business.
Not
monsoons are like people batten down the hatches and disappear.
Yeah.
So,
maybe Jeff has a picture of a car that was like caught.
Yeah, man, these monsoons are
crazy.
We have
a ton of pictures. We can start with just some of the storm damage.
That's and from Mojave County Sheriff's, or
the search and rescue, and then we have a couple personal pages as well. So there you have a storage place that.
Yeah, it wasn't just rain this time. We actually had some cars damaged over there on the used car lot. There was so much wind.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, even though all this chaos happened, I'm not going to complain about the monsoons. I have missed them so.
Yeah, we didn't have them for like 2 years, right?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, I'm not
sure this guy doesn't agree. He's like, these goddamn monsoons.
Yeah, he wasn't too
happy. I'm sure if this was my boat, I would not be excited.
What else you got there, Jeff?
Yeah, we could go through them. That one's picture wasn't as good. Oh, we got a turned over motorhome.
Yeah, that's not a good time.
In somebody's yard there.
Sucks.
Let's see what else.
Our little areas are just not meant for crazy rain.
No, I don't know. Did you find one of that Oatman water?
Let's see here. I think we do. That.
Thinking about being up in Oatman, you have all those mountains, and then they all funnel into those big washes. Well, someone had posted, look at that.
That's wild. Golden Valley, you think, or is that Oatman?
No, that was on the way in Mojave Valley, yeah.
Oh, my God, wild.
And you can see some of the roads completely washed out.
Is it not silly that people still try to drive? Look, this girl literally tried to drive through it, and she's stuck.
That poor lady.
She was lucky they saved her. They threw out a rope to her and brought her ashore. But
thank goodness.
Man, she was holding on to that sign for life.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty crazy. Yeah.
All right, I've seen enough of this. This is
enough of these dang storms, huh?
But man, I'll tell you, you're right. It's very odd. If you've lived here for any period of time, you don't go across that, and
you don't.
People still do it. And I'm sure it's like every situation where they're thinking, well, it's not that bad yet. I can make it, or my truck's different than every other truck.
Then this happens.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So it's just not worth it, guys. Be safe. Plan ahead. I was talking to my son, who's a month out from being a legal driver.
Yeah.
And I said, Benjamin, you ain't driving in this.
Yeah, don't even think about it.
We ain't doing nothing. So
this is the moment where you just choose not to go. Where
you just you got to make smart choices. It's really frustrating too because our power went out the other day.
Oh.
And shout out to the boys at MEC. You got my power back in a couple hours.
Linemen risk their life all the time for us to have electricity. Thank you, guys.
But for that couple hours, it's super frustrating because I couldn't go to Vito's and get food.
I actually was chuckling because I saw your post like, is anyone open? I'm hungry. This guy.
I was like, God, I hope the power's on in Vito's, and it wasn't. So their power was out, so I had to go into town and went to one of our very first spotlight spots, which is Orioles, and got a mountain of tacos, and regret nothing. So,
and it's Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday, except for I already kind of like made up my mind I was gonna go eat something good today. So
where are you going? What are you doing?
I've been stopping by and getting steak and eggs at that damn steakhouse, not whatever the damn diner. Yeah,
I'm not eating eating there.
Yeah, so
Maybe we should do
I know a guy who
breakfast.
likes to go eat there, so
Hey, Jeff, do you think we could stalk him and
I
get there
think
for
so.
breakfast and do a community spotlight while he's
Yeah.
eating?
Pop in while he's eating in
just
there.
sitting there with a mouthful of
Hey,
food.
Shane, how is it?
So,
Hi. Good morning. We're
so
Yeah, surprise.
I don't know if you guys know or if you have social media, but apparently school's back in.
School's back in.
And it's everybody's first day of something or whatever.
I have like a bad mom moment. Do you want to know what it was? So I'm getting up, when you're a working mom, you just don't have time to do everything. So I make him breakfast.
Did you make the kids take a picture of themselves?
I
Don't
see
take a
everyone-
picture for me. I'm
Yeah,
busy.
I see everyone's pictures. I'm not even going to lie. I see everyone's pictures. So I send his girlfriend a message like, hey, Jet, can you help a girl out and take a picture of him? So then she sends me a message like, oh, crap, I forgot. And then I get a picture from him, and it was from him going from school to football practice. I'm like, listen, he's driving this year, and he takes his own pictures. I can't go wrong.
Yeah, no.
But it's definitely a bad mom moment.
It's one of those things. So our sons are similar age, and I would never think to take a picture of Benjamin right now, but I have all those memories popping up when he was little and I took pictures. And then if my daughter goes to school, I'm definitely wanting to get a picture, But my son, who poor
He's
kid,
like a grown-ass man.
yeah.
Pardon my French.
Melody made sure she broke the ice on the cuss
Yeah, she
words when
sure
she
did.
was here.
She did that on
She's
purpose.
like, "What can I get away with saying?" I'm
My-
like, "Just don't say anything bad." And she's like, "Beep beep." beep,
My
beep.
favorite part was that she started it with like, when I broke up with Shane.
Yeah.
oh
And when she left Finley.
Yeah,
She
that's
just
what I call my
so
work
sad.
life. I'm like, after the
Yeah.
breakup, that's when Melody quit. So,
Oh, boy.
yeah.
Oh my god, hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty good times. But it's fun to see all the kids back to school. It's crazy how fast summer goes by.
Well, and you know what back to school means? Back to sports.
Yeah, which
Welcome
we're super
to
excited.
Your chaos. Welcome to my
Yeah.
chaos.
Well, and not only that, but it adds to the chaos at work too, because
Yeah.
we try to be so involved in so many sports things. Jeff did a great job last year of kind of kicking off some of those community sports spotlights.
So exciting.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
let's be honest. It's our happy chaos. I mean, as much as we might be exhausted.
I can't function without
Can't
it.
wait.
When we took a week off of football a few weeks back, and I literally just
Yeah,
sat
you
around
were
my house and I
bored.
was like,
Even at work, you're like, I don't even know what I'm going to do today. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like-
go do something for yourself. You're like, yeah, no. Fine.
no. It's,
Me and the dog are going to watch a movie. and eat
yeah,
pizza.
it's really weird how all encompassing it becomes. But
Yeah. I keep saying, like, this. So we have this school year with our boys, and then next school year with our boys. And then, like, then they're graduating.
Yeah, then they're
And
grown.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, what do you do?
so you know what's really funny
What do you do with yourself?
is when my son, very young, decided he didn't want to play baseball. I'm not a huge baseball fan. I was like, oh, well, all right, pal, whatever,
Sweet.
no big deal. I was
all
like,
it is.
darn.
But now,
And
what's happening?
so now he's like, I don't know, Dad, I'm thinking about baseball and this, that, and the other thing.
Well, let's just talk about the fact that he went all in on basketball last year.
Oh well, he played basketball, and I think he was offended that people didn't think he was going to be good,
Yeah, so
and
he's
so he
had
like
something
took
to
it out on
prove.
everybody.
And so this year he's like, why can't I be a triple threat?
Yeah, so now he
Yeah.
can try everything. But the funny thing is I talked to Gonzo yesterday, and his son's going to play football.
Oh, wow.
After years of I don't want to play
Yeah.
football, I don't want to play football. Now he's going to play football. So
Listen, something magical happens in high school, and you hope that happens. You hope that they find all these niches that maybe weren't their places when they were younger, that they get a little more confident and they get a little more brave. And you're encouraging them, like, live life, enjoy these moments. It's only going to,
the
not
crazy
last
thing
forever.
is, in popular culture for the last most of my life, it was like, sports are bad. Those are the mean people. They're the
Right.
this, they're the that. Like every movie, like the star baseball player is a jerk. And every movie, the quarterback's a jerk. And you're like,
You're so right.
okay. And, and you get around these things. And listen, in any walk of life, you got
I mean,
you know,
they're
people
all
who are
kinda
jerks, people who are nice,
jerky.
people who are
Yeah.
leaders, people who are followers. Like, so you have that full spectrum of things. But no one ever talked about all the positive things in those things. And so now I went to Mojave, picked my son up, and you see some kids walking, they look lost. And you
Aw.
wish you could bring them in and be like, listen,
I can give you
I
a
know you
place.
don't actually want to play football, but I promise you there's a lot of other things in there that
Yeah.
you'll benefit from. And
You get to build a family,
I've seen these kids that we've coached now for 4 and 5 years who were, kind of floating, and now that they've got some direction, some passion, some interest. They're
Love it.
physically stronger, healthier. Like, You know,
Yeah.
so it doesn't have to be football. Go play something. Get
Band,
involved.
You could do band.
Go do band.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Oddly enough, cheer.
Wrestling.
Cheer, the most dangerous per capita sport.
Listen,
there
I was a
is.
cheer coach for a while. I thought they looked really cute and it's going to be fun. It is like you get kicked in the eye, you get knocked down, you can break an ankle. It's serious.
Yeah, we were having that little joke about, talking about how football's rough and this and that. And I said, yeah, but it ain't got nothing on cheerleading. So and all those
Listen,
kids
you're
looked at me
catching a
like I
ball
was
and
crazy.
attacking someone. Try to hold somebody up and have them not kick you in the eyeball.
Listen, there's how many of those videos you see, they drop the poor girl.
Oh gosh.
And they drop, and all you just hear is this thud. You're like,
Oh,
that's a human
God.
body. That's
and
not
the coach
good.
is like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
That's an injury.
Yeah, pretty wild. So good to be back. Great job by the team. Crazy monsoon weather, hot,
Muggy.
car shortage, yada yada yada.
Listen.
140 plus cars. They did a
Yeah.
great job. Really excited about that. See what the next month brings.
We're shooting for 200 cars. Let's go.
We're always shooting
The
for
record.
200.
Yeah, that's the record.
I did hear when I did learn that when you and Eric were talking.
Nah.
Oh, these are top guys. They're still these young kids ain't got nothing on the
You
old
know,
guys.
it's so funny. I believe that was Jamal-ish, maybe. I'm not
Oh, so
sure.
that's a
It
while
was a
ago
while
then.
ago, and so obviously
I
it's a
bet.
whole
did
different
Eric
world.
have the mustache still?
He probably did, yeah. And completely different market and world and this and that. But I think every probably third sales meeting, me or Eric bring it up. You know, you guys got to
The
go.
guys are like, we're
Got to go
over
break
this.
that record that we set. You know, so
They're gonna
They're
hate
like
it if
still
they're-
wearing their jerseys from
Yeah.
then.
that's
it
like
ever
me
gets
telling
broke.
my son about what I did in high school basketball. I'm like, oh, did your son? You know what I did? And he's like, I don't care, Dad. It was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
It was more than 20 years ago. That's the shitty part.
Oh, dude.
boy.
How old are you going to be?
I'm going to be 40.
40. It's
The big 4-0.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Everybody's like, oh, it's just a number. I said, yeah, it's a number with a 4 in front of it. Like, don't give me that.
Don't even.
Especially if you got 2 in front of your number.
Heck
I don't want to
no.
hear it. So
It's a number. I like to still say I'm 40 something because I'm not going past 40. That's the goal.
yeah,
That's
you
what's happening here.
totally
You just
do
say
that.
I'm in my 40s.
In my 40s. They're
Yeah.
like 40. I'm like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up for the week for us?
We have BB with Chiari. There is going to be September, what day is it? September 9th at Los Logos. We are doing the walk for Chiari. So you guys will find out about that on the show on Thursday.
Very exciting. Tune in, check that out. We've
Yes.
supported that event in some capacity or another for years, and talk
Yeah.
about a very passionate group of people and
Man,
their
it's-
supporters.
I can't wait to share her with you guys.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Oh yeah. So what else we got scheduled? We got a blank slate.
We got a blank slate.
We got to go
Yeah.
find some guests. How exciting!
Listen, on Thursdays we do the show. We want you. You let us know who we should
Who
have.
should we get? What should we go after?
I don't know.
I feel like we should just find out who's really popular on social media
Yeah.
and go track them down.
Track them down.
We're going to end up interviewing a
pretty
bunch
good
of 13-year-old kids. They're, I got 10 million subscribers on TikTok. And we're like,
Yeah,
what do
we
you
should
do?
make Destry come back and see us.
I'd love to get Destry back.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear how he's doing. I see he's super busy and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, it'd be fun to touch base with
Check
him.
back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I do have some connections at the school trying to get a couple of the teachers and superintendents in, so we're working on that.
we do have a new superintendent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is in
We're going to bring him on here and grill him, and we're going to have people send in angry questions.
Poor guy.
Why did you change the school lunch?
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it like you get someone really interesting on and people ask the worst questions? They're
Yeah.
like, when I was there, we had chicken nuggets. Why don't you have chicken nuggets anymore? You're like,
Where'd the chicken
really?
nuggets go?
That's what you wanted to
Hey,
know,
don't
chicken
even
nuggets?
tell me the pizza wasn't amazing at school.
I didn't. So when I was in school, we had those little tiny Vito's ones. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah.
They were like little tins, and I
No.
was like, yeah, give me
Mine was
that.
like a square, and they had the best
It
ranch
fit on the
dressing.
tray?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I didn't have that. At Mojave, we had
I'm
these
a little
lunch
older
lines,
than you,
and
as you can tell.
they would just have all these little prepackaged Vito's ones in a tin.
Oh, which those were probably
Oh, they were
delicious. That's
legit.
probably started your Vito's
Well,
love.
So when we moved
Look at
here, my parents bought a house in El Camino Village, and so that's back in the 90s. And Vito's right down the hill.
Yeah.
Like so,
One Vito.
been eating
Holly's
there
mom
forever.
Ran it then.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got literal Vitos running through my veins.
Forever.
You'll probably go there for lunch.
Hey, do you want to show the picture of my vacation and my
Yeah, we could
Serenity
do that.
moment?
We'll show this one first. How's that?
In Williams, yes. So that is my crazy crowd. Let me tell you, when you get to go on vacation with a group of people that just makes you laugh and enjoys time watching the rain, this is it right here. A little wild and crazy.
Was it raining right then?
No.
Oh.
It would rain like at 2 o'clock and about 6 o'clock, and it would kind of cool everything off. The next one is when we went to Sedona, and I got to zen out. So this is one of my favorite spots. We go to Sedona.
I hope that picture's bigger because I can't see it. Or maybe I got these old eyes.
Yeah, those are the 40-something eyes, just so you know.
You guys meditating there? Or?
Yeah.
Nice.
So we cruise down to the stream. We find this little swimming hole. It's pretty impressive. Love it. But that's my place. That's is
nice.
why I go to Sedona.
Very relaxing.
So oddly enough, I actually really enjoy hiking and getting out too, which you wouldn't think.
Do you ever go to Sedona?
I don't.
Oh, you have to.
I rarely find enough time to go that far.
I know.
I've been to Zion a couple times. I like going to. There's a few places I like, but usually we go find a creek and we think if we were going to kill something, we'd hide in these trees right here. So you go find Zen moments, and I think this is how we would survive.
Oh my God!
I've watched too much Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is how you'd survive here.
Listen, I live in like Christie World, and I say that's legit because we go places, and I'm just like, and everyone will be like, oh man, if I lose you right now, grab onto my belt buckle, don't let go. We're like walking through. I'm like, who's gonna hurt us? What's going on? One day we were walking, so we were staying up in Phoenix. So we're in the middle of Phoenix at the Grand Hotel, walking down on the golf course. And Mitchell's like, stop. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're crazy. And he's like, there's something in those bushes. I'm like, no, there is not. So I keep walking. Javelinas come and attack us. He spotted them from forever. And I was just like, in my zone. I would have gotten eaten alive. I mean, he saved my life. Thank you, Mitchell.
Those javelinas would totally eaten your life.
I know. Yeah. But I didn't even see them. I didn't acknowledge them. I didn't hear them.
Yeah.
They're out
there.
Luckily,
I have people
I get a little bit of that because my daughter lives in some world where she's completely fearless. Yeah, like, and it's the funniest thing. She's got me. She's got a brother who's my size.
Yeah, you guys are giant.
And so when she just does not have a care on her.
I do feel like she holds her own, though.
She's feisty.
She's so
very
funny.
Feisty. Yes. So.
But I understand living in like your world where it's like, I'm doing my thing.
Yep.
Nobody better burst this bubble.
Yeah, pretty funny. So very exciting. We're excited for a new month. People back to school. We can't wait to get out and watch all the sports: volleyball, football, golf. I'm not going to go watch it though.
Does Mojave do golf during football season?
They do.
Or during baseball season?
It's during football.
So River Valley does it opposite.
That's
I think we're trying to work it out so that because a lot of the baseball boys want to play golf.
They're basically the same thing. You stand around and swing a stick a while. So
watch it.
One you walk to the ball, one you chase after the ball, and then you sit around and sip sodas and.
No.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
Eat sunflower seeds. Could you imagine a football player with a mouthful of sunflower seeds?
They'd
be out there choking, doing resuscitation, Basketball, some players just spitting seeds out.
Listen, a little less physical contact, I'll agree.
It's better than gum.
But equally as hard of a sport.
I always said baseball. So, I played baseball. Baseball is probably my primary sport till I was like 15.
What?
Yeah. So, I was on 2 state champion Little League teams.
Who's the coaches? Do you remember?
I do. It was Ray Dittler and Don Seaton. And a bunch of those guys went and played college baseball.
Were you still against the same kids? Like, was it still Needles against you guys?
Yeah. Yeah, we won our district twice and then went on and won state twice. And so everybody thinks I'm just like a blind hater, but I didn't enjoy baseball. And everybody's like, it's the hardest thing in sports to hit a fastball. And I'm like, I don't know. It's pretty easy for me. Like,
I still do.
But I played quarterback, and I'll tell you, playing quarterback was way harder for me than hitting a baseball. And so when people always say, I just don't relate,
Like, I know.
But I'm about to tell my son, because when he goes out and you haven't seen a high school fastball before,
and he is tall, like he's gonna hit that pitching that mound and be like, oh.
The cool thing is he's left-handed. So in baseball, that's like just an instant leg up.
Yeah.
So you can be mediocre and left-handed, and you're already ahead of the game. So.
It's going to be good.
Mediocre and left-handed, son. You can do it.
I'm excited to see you out on the field like, oh, gosh, what are we doing
here? Well, and then, baseball's a little bit more of a passive game. Like, you sit and watch, and it's not in my nature. So I'm going to be sitting there like, You know.
Just like,
Oh.
yeah.
So.
I did have to learn early on to take everything I needed for a baseball game because you're there for the long haul. Like, there's no break. You need everything that you need.
You need
I
a
have
lawn
a bag.
chair, a cooler.
Yeah, I have a bag that has tons of snacks. It gets stressful sometimes, so you need the stress snacks, you need the fun snacks.
Yeah.
Then you have all the kids out there. You got to make sure they have
Then
snacks.
you have to like make up games in the middle because you get so bored.
No, I used to until I learned the game, and now I'm like, oh, watch out! Don't.
Mitchell's
gonna
gonna be so pissed when he sees this. He's like, "What the hell,
He's
man?"
like, Shane?
That's funny.
It is like it's a completely different world. People who love all the little intricacies, all the little games they play, leading off and pitching and the mind games. And me, I'm like, throw the ball, like let's go.
No.
So
when you learn a little bit about the whys of what's happening out there, I actually sat next to Billy's wife Shelly many of games and learned a lot about the game. And once you learn about the game, it's definitely more interesting. And then of course I have my fellas out there. So
yeah, and so I actually have the same problem in reverse with football. There's so many little things going on. The average person just doesn't. They just see catch, touchdown, first down, not a first down.
Right.
And there's
you have
all
parents on that
these little
sideline
things.
screaming, and you're like, you shouldn't even be screaming.
It's the worst.
Right now.
You're like screaming, throw the ball. And you're like, no, we're trying to run the clock out. Like, what are you doing?
For
like,
sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, when Vinny first started really playing football, I didn't really get it, and now I'm just like, I just cheer for him. I don't really, truly, I'll be honest, the details of it I don't know. But I did coach soccer for many years, and I would have the parents on the sideline, and I would just think to myself, just sit down. You have no idea what you're talking about now.
My son played soccer when he was very, very little. It's like you're required to or something. Like, oh, you live in Bullhead City, you have to go to soccer.
It's the first sport that they can play the youngest at.
Yeah, it was the worst experience for me ever.
That's what made me start coaching.
Oh, my gosh. And I just sat there like this the whole time, just mad, wondering, like, are they really just, you just let them run around? Like, you just let them run around right now?
I had never played a sport in my life, fun fact. And I watched the coach not have any control over 6 littles, and I was like, oh, no, I can control. And I ended up taking over that season, really just controlling the kids.
Yeah.
Follow it up. I'm like, I'll find someone who knows what they're talking about. I will control the kids.
So I always tell people that when I tell them I will help them coach. Like, do you know anything about? I said, nah, but I know effort, attitude. Like, there are things that are universal and
that I can make happen.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited for sports. I talk a lot of crap, but I would rather watch a baseball game on TV than almost any show. So I can't stand watching
Don't
television.
try to recover from this crap talk on baseball.
So it's like cars. People always. I'm a diehard GM guy. Even before I worked for Finley, I was like, I want a Chevy truck. I want a Corvette. I want a this. I want a that. And I said, well, what if they didn't exist? What would you buy? And I'd be like, I'd buy a GMC. Oh, no, what if that didn't exist? I said, well, I'd probably buy a whatever, And so I go down this thing, and I feel the same way about sports. Like, honestly, if there were I would watch golf before I watched a television show. So.
Well, I feel like when you're like us and believe in the team and what it builds to character in kids to be on sports and to have a reason to go to school and behave and get good grades and find a purpose, every sport falls into play.
Yeah, and if you hit home runs,
club,
if you hit home runs, you get a free pass with me.
Listen,
I don't want to see this small ball nonsense. Go yard or go home. I don't want to hear about it.
Like, if you don't hit a home run, you're not walking home.
Oh,
you're walking home, you're not getting in the truck.
Did you hit a fielder's choice today? No one cares. Hit a home run. Let's go.
I can't wait. Go, Benjamin.
So. He's going to hate it. He's going to absolutely hate it. He'll be back in the weight room after like 2 days. You'll see.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
We have a little chat before you go. You guys were great when you played baseball. That was said by Deneen Howard.
She remembers you.
I don't. That must be a long time ago if it was me.
She remembers you.
So.
Mr. 40-something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
then Buzz Terry says, great conversation, guys. So.
Thanks, Buzz.
Thank you.
I saw you got out and voted today. Good job, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah, we played a lot. So I'll tell you one thing before we get off the air here. One thing that drives me crazy, and I still refer to it to this day. When we played baseball, it was down in Old Bullhead. And
all the fields are gone.
We had more homeless people watching the game than people go and watch games now. But you would have literally families lined out the outfields. Those little bleachers were packed full, and it was like an event every night. And then all of us boys would walk over to the Bobby Sox field
I wouldn't watch
on the other side when the girls were playing. And then the other, like, it was,
Yeah.
that whole thing was just a really fun time. And so when I go watch baseball now, and there's very few people out, very few
Sad.
teams, it bums me out. So
Yeah, show up.
maybe I'm just a little bitter. Maybe that's what it is. So
Yeah.
No, I didn't live here back then, really, but the stories that are told about the Bombs, who watched the game, who became a thing, and, you know, all the parents, like, the stories are hilarious.
Oh, those wild times. It's those
Yes.
things I tell those stories, and people from other towns are like, "What happened?" I said, "Yeah, like you know, all the homeless guys were out in right field watching."
They were out there fighting.
What do you
in
mean
the
they were
sky.
watching? Oh, they lived in the bushes out in the outfield. Like that
No
wasn't
one
normal.
believes.
That didn't happen
Yeah.
everywhere. So
Yeah, the stories out of this town,
I
most
know.
big town people do not believe them.
no,
Hey, guys.
for sure.
It is Tuesday. Have a great day. Make sure you go out and vote. They're doing local voting. What's
Yeah,
happening
it looks
here?
like it. Yeah.
Yes. We will see you Thursday with BB from Chiari.
And Christy is back, so
I'm
we're back in
I'm so
action. Let's
excited.
go.
I missed you
All
guys.
right.
Let's go.
Have a good day.
See you guys next Thursday.
Thanks, Jeff.
This Thursday. Thank you.